This right here, you know, we just got done talking about Donny Cates, may be rivaling my favorite ongoing superhero book right now. I love me some Thor.
This is my favorite superhero book.
This may be, like, what I can say is there is no superhero book that I am as excited to read on the day of release as this next one. We got Nightwing. Hot damn, comic fam. This is a freaking amazing team. Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo.
Bruno Redondo.
That's right. And color.
Adriano Lucas.
Lucas.
This book made number 3 out of my top 10 2021 comics.
This book is glorious.
Yes.
It is visually stunning, superb writing. It is, the color work enhances every single page to the point where you want to reread the damn thing. And Bruno, this is a match. Like, he will be known as one of the best, if not the best person to have ever drawn Nightwing in comic books. At least of our time in like ongoing continuity. You know, obviously there's legacy artists who
I can't
done
say
Nightwing.
for sure. This is honestly the first time I've ever read Nightwing. I'm blown away. Like, I did not expect this book to be good, let alone like this. Just look at this. Look at this.
Just look at how beautiful the first page is of this damn comic book.
Look at the detail on the buildings in the background, like the lights. He didn't have to do that. He could have just drawn like lines just to give you the suggestion of a skyscraper horizon back there. But
man, what a team. What, like, sometimes comics just does it right where they get the right team up and they think it's going to work. You know, even Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo didn't get along very well. Scott said he was being a pain in the ass, like himself, like when he was writing. He's like, I gave him a script that was way too long.
They seem like best friends.
Oh, now they are, but they had to go through some tension, you know?
That's a story.
Well, this team, it's like, the right people come together and then boom, you get just some damn good comic books. This right here is one of the funnest superhero comics I've read in a long time.
Yeah, my problem with this segment is going to be how to correctly describe why this book hits on a different level than any other superhero comic, because it's a DC superhero book. People are going to say, like, what? Who cares? What's the big deal?
You want to know why?
Why is this so good?
I'll tell you why. Because Tom Taylor managed to make Nightwing an elevated superhero. He's not just Nightwing. He's a character that has taken on such ambitious goals to better humanity that his responsibility that he's embarking on in these issues are greater than what Bruce Wayne does for Arkham.
This series kind of ties into Tom King's Batman run, which ended a couple years ago now.
It literally starts with
the death of Alfred.
The death of Alfred, which sets you got to assume that that's what went into this plan. Is that, okay, what are the main things that just happened and how can that impact a narrative? We're going to kill the only father that Nightwing really had.
Right. And it turns out that he had a lot of money, which makes sense. I didn't really think about that, but he's an employee of like the richest guy around.
Yeah.
So, like, he's got a sizable fortune himself, and he
Alfred.
leaves it.
He did.
And he leaves his fortune to Dick Grayson after he dies.
That's right.
And there's a letter, which I think you grabbed some pages from. Yeah.
This right here is in the first issue when they took on the run. And I'll tell you, this was another one of those like super memorable moments for me when reading comics last year, which is Dick Grayson. He missed the, what am I saying? They missed the, not the funeral, but the reading of the will.
Sure.
You know? So Barbara Gordon has to come and provide him with the letter from Alfred, where he learns that Alfred was a billionaire and Alfred's going to give Dick Grayson all the money, or he did, because he's passed away now. And the moments shared in these bubbles, it makes you so sad. And he makes you think differently about Alfred and Dick Grayson. You realize how noble Dick Grayson is, how good of a person Alfred was. And it makes you just, whatever you felt about these characters, you elevated them. You made them a whole different level of importance. And that's just setting the stage of the introduction of the narrative. Now, Dick Grayson's rich. What can he do to help humanity? And he's not thinking small. He wants to solve the homelessness problem in Bloodhaven.
He's got a heart, which I think is...
Big heart.
That's a big part of the reason why this book works so well is because of Dick Grayson's like optimism and kind of his energy, and his whole vibe is just joyful, and like it's such a direct contrast to Batman. And like the fact that Alfred trusted him with all of this money to kind of, he didn't just leave it to Bruce Wayne, which would have been like the default option. He specifically chose to give it to Dick Grayson because he trusts his heart and his, you know, desire to do good and help people.
Absolutely. Then we go back to Bruno's artwork. Dick Grayson is an acrobat. And to demonstrate his powers to their fullest, you have to see him move. It's all about movement. It's all about showing and demonstrating how agile he is, how quick he is. It's really why he's dangerous. But keep in mind, this kept the ongoing continuity. You know, as they took on the run, the continuity remained the same. So he had like just been shot in the head. So he's not like 100% Dick Grayson, but he's getting back into the swing of things, right?
Sure.
But this right here is a great example of, yes, we are seeing prior years of Dick Grayson. We're seeing him
zoom in here.
as the flying,
great.
Yeah, the flying Grayson, right? When his parents were killed, were murdered, Muck Duck. Then we have him as Robin. Then we have him as Nightwing. Then we have him as Nightwing in the New 52.
Sure. Yep.
And now we have him now, a new version of Nightwing, demonstrating change. That's why there are doves. Rebirth. Anyone, right? Like this is reborn.
Sure.
You know?
That's beautiful. That was beautiful, Tom.
There it is. And we see a transition where multiple characters are drawn on one page, and this isn't going to stop with that. I think this is one of the book's biggest strengths, is that it takes Nightwing and gives it to an artist who will take the time to draw the character more times than there are panels on one page, sometimes 10x.
Yeah. There's a lot of that here, but that makes this book kind of unique. Yeah, like the sense of movement here, it's clearly laid out in one panel, whereas the default way to tell this story would be a series of panels across a page. And this is just a 2-page spread showing you all in one image how he takes down these thugs.
Jumping off the building, parkouring down, doing a free fall Spider-Man style, to bounce back off, to do he's shooting off his batarang. What is it called? Like it's a stick, but it shoots off.
There's a name for it.
It's like, you know, it's got the batarang with the harness there, and you can, you know, swing on it because he's got to swing somehow, and punches the guy in the face, all in one.
I'm glad you grabbed this picture. This is a great example. Even like there's just the background details. Like I'm in love with Bruno Redondo's artwork here.
We have a new character, the Heartless, stealing homeless people's hearts for a nefarious reason. Well, I mean, not that there wouldn't be a nefarious reason.
There's a good reason.
There's good reason sometimes. You know,
sometimes it's justified to jab someone in the chest and remove their heart.
No.
This guy's doing it
Mortal
for bad
Kombat?
reasons. Yeah, sure.
But we do get a new character in this. And there's also these types of scenes that are worth pointing to. It's like you get different angled shots. And yes, we have that here because we're getting that same treatment of the characters being drawn multiple times, but from a 2D perspective.
Like The Sims.
Yeah, it's like you're watching The Sims.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Bruno's having fun with this book. And that sense, you can clearly tell he is enjoying himself and just being creative with the layouts and the artwork here. And that same sense of fun and like someone who is supremely talented just cutting loose with their craft kind of carries over to how Nightwing is in this book too. Like he's very good at what he does, but he's also enjoying it here.
You got Tim Drake joining him in fights. I love this page.
Loved this page too. I'm glad you pulled this out too. Like you have zero issues following the action here or like discerning what's.
Oh, it's like happening. The opposite. It's like it's so easy to follow that.
Can you zoom in over here?
Yeah. What you see here is them working so well together. This is a feel-good comic. When moments like this happen and you see arguably one of the best Robins fighting alongside a Nightwing, like it's just awesome. These moments of this comic book, they stand out because they're built so well. The pacing is so good that when the action happens, you're ready for it, you want it, and it doesn't disappoint. Because they're just like, Bruno, draw it 100 times and it's going to work. You know? Look at this. So we do see him. I know, every page. It's just so much thought goes into this. I would love to know how much Tom Taylor and Bruno plan out these things. If it's just Bruno or if it's both of them. Because that would get kind of confusing. Yeah. Do 17 to 18 different shots of Nightwing.
The page. Yeah, just in this page, make it one shot, but like 10 different versions of him parkouring down the building. And you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out, man.
This panel. Oh my God.
I know, this panel's so good, man. So then there's shots like this, where you have an introduction of the character, you get the side shot, you get the shot coming towards you. It just doesn't stop. It's like over time, he's getting more.
You can see this playing out in your head. This is a scene from a movie.
Oh, absolutely.
This fight taking place down the staircase.
It's a scene from a movie, and
feels like Daredevil, like choreography here.
Yeah, as it should.
Right.
As it should. So, couple points I wanted to mention. We'll get to it. Okay. A couple points I have to mention. The first one is that there is a break between issues 85 and 86 because of the Fear State event.
Correct.
This was the first superhero comic when there was an event that affected it. Makes you kind of go off course a little bit, where I didn't feel disappointed.
Well, okay.
I kept reading.
Elaborate.
Well, this is a book that I'm ordering, and I get it, and I need to read it. All right. There's like without
not get 3 issues just because it's a tie-in.
Exactly.
I'm subscribed. I'm gonna get the whole.
I'm gonna get the whole thing. I'm gonna read Fear State. Fear State was great. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It didn't have Bruno on the art. That was the thing that was missing. The Nightwing, yeah. Okay. However, I still read them because it was so excited. Who was the winner?
I'm giving this one to Alexis. I already forgot what I wrote down. Alexis Melendez.
Alexis Melendez. You just want to give away. Thanks for being here live with us.
Eskrima sticks. That's the name of Nightwing's weapon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's why the comic fam here helping us out.
There's one left of these to give out, by the way.
So
keep chatting.
I read Fear State. Enjoyed it. Typically, I'm kind of like...
When you say Fear State, do you mean the overall Batman event that happened, or do you just mean the Nightwing tie-in?
Well, I'm talking specifically about the tie-in, but I read a bunch of Fear State, because this whole Scarecrow thing was a must-read. But this one in particular, you transition out of what is a narrative you want to keep going. He has just decided what he's going to do as Nightwing. And then he's like, I gotta go to Arkham, which is kind of funny because he's like, hey guys, I'm here for you.
I got this big
I'm
plan.
your community man. Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta go back to my hometown.
Exactly.
So that's kind of a thing, but he leaves and comes back, and the 2-issue break, I was there every step of the way. I didn't mind it, and it did what DC wanted. It got me to read Fear State.
And it gave Bruno Redondo a break, right? Clearly it let him just chill for a couple months and just not do anything and take a vacation.
I don't think that he took a break, Ryan.
No?
I don't. I really am convinced he didn't, because look at this.
The way they come back.
Nightwing 87, hot damn comic fam. This book is outstanding.
This issue, the whole series is outstanding, but this issue.
This right here is... Man, he's pulling some Maxwell Prince kind of stuff in this. Did you read the Ice Cream Man where you can put
thank
all
you.
the... Okay, you know what I'm talking about?
I completely forgot.
Right, I got Ryan back in. Okay.
My brain shut down.
So this is what I think. I'm just going to I'm guessing here. I have no idea. I'm sure if I were to... I mean, this book just came out, so I doubt that there's any commentary on this as it pertains from the creative team.
There is.
I think the 2 issues of Fear State where Bruno could have done something else, I think he just put that time into this book, because this book is 16 pages that you literally could tear out of the comic book and put them next to each other like they're a damn puzzle piece.
That's what he said. He said you could buy like 20 whatever copies of this book and a staple remover and just you could lay this entire issue out and it flows together. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
All the parts of Bruno's ability to draw the movements of Nightwing that we just discussed
on full display here.
Full display.
This is a book you got to get. This whole comic is one.
It's one image.
One image.
Can you imagine owning all that original art? Oh, that would be so cool. Just all around. That'd
be so cool.
And this is, it's not a spoiler really, because it's a fun book. I'm just going to tell you, he's got to save his dog. All right? That's all this is. It's a fun story.
Adorable dog.
His adorable dog. That's right. Because he gets a dog in this run, and it's awesome. So this page, legit, if I could put them next to each other, it goes from here to here. It connects. You can follow Nightwing. And right here in the corner, notice where he is right here? I'm circling him on the screen in the top right. Boom. Keeps going in the corner. You see a full costume change. I can zoom it.
That might help. It's hard to see on the... There you go.
So look at... We're following him here as he's going up parkouring. He puts his mask on. He takes his shirt off. He throws his suit on. Boom. Now he's in Nightwing costume. And then he starts swinging across the ledges.
And it just carries through. It just continues.
The whole comic fam. The entire... How many times... We should count. Next time we come onto the mic, Ryan, I need you to take the probably hour it'll take you to count all of the Nightwings that are in this one issue. How many times did Bruno draw Nightwing in this comic book? Guess.
A billion.
I'm going to say...
I'm too stunned. I'm just drinking this in right now.
Let's do a guess here. I want to hear in the chat your guesses of numbers. I'm going to guess...
actually count this now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to count them.
You better pay me for that work. That's work. Those are hours.
This is what we're going to do, man. It's going to take hours. I'm going to guess upwards over 100 times.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Over 100.
That's a very easy, safe guess. That's
It's
like
probably
saying more than one. You drew him more than one time. Clearly.
Oh my goodness. What an amazing book, comic fam. We're talking about comic books that you got to be reading because they be good.
If you don't trust us, like you can literally look on any list of best comics of 2021.
It's
and
there.
Almost every single one of them will have Nightwing on it or maybe even at or near the top. Like this is one of the best books of recent years.